Hi, everybody. We are ready to start chapter 4 in our advertising class. And this chapter is all about direct response and promotions, something that we used in our field exercise for chapter 4 and something we can all relate to. Again, there's going to be a lot of definitions that go on here that you will need to understand, but most of the concepts as a consumer you've come across. So direct response communication is otherwise known as DRC, and it's a way that a company personally interacts with their customer or their member. It's also known as direct response marketing. I like that term better. And it's a multi-channel business practice that uses a variety of media with customers and prospects who deal with each other directly. So I have an example here of a direct response with Hellmann's mayonnaise, okay? And they're running a contest that you could win $10,000. And you get into all the details, but that's an example of kind of engaging and interacting with the brand. Direct response communication is all about action. They want us to act now. And it opens up a whole different interactivity between you and the organization or the company, the product, the service. Okay, and the whole idea here is direct response communication is higher cost per impression than most mass media. When we say mass media, again, we may mean print, billboards, television, but it's less expensive in the fact that in the long run, the messages are very much targeted directly at that prime prospect. Okay, they have more of a successful result in a product being sold or a service being used by using this direct response communication. So the key players here are an ad agency, department or separate direct response company is owned by the agency. So agency could run the direct response, okay? Direct marketing agencies, they're an independent agency, they're full service, and they specialize in this type of communication. There's also people that actually print the promotions and mail them out and collect the list and manage the data. And then there's a fulfillment house that ensures that the consumer's requests are fulfilled in a timely manner. So I have a mailbox here. So what I'm talking about when I'm talking about direct marketing is this is kind of the old-fashioned way, but we all do get our junk mail. And it's something directed maybe in a zip code, an area, maybe it's directed at you because you're a student or because I'm a professor or I'm a sports enthusiast, whatever it might be. But it comes in the way of direct mail, emailing, and things like that. There's two sides to this. It involves communication sent directly from the prospect, and then there's a response that comes directly back to the organization. So if the whole idea here is to kind of cut out the middleman, it's kind of like a conversation. And you see here like Valpak, you may get those in the mail. That's an example of some direct response communication. So someone might put a local, say, plumber or advertising, air conditioning company might put a coupon in this direct mailer. And I will directly communicate with that company if I'm interested. So here is what the direct response industry looks like. Okay, they do their market research. They collect databases of people that might be in a region, maybe a gender, maybe a particular income. So that's all that demographic information that you're going to have to put into your survey. Okay, and they do their market research, and then they may have things like a catalog, a direct mailer. They could do telemarketing. They could do direct response advertising, which we'll get into in a little bit, or something, in social media. And that would be more SEO kind of work, okay? What else do you need to know about this? So this is what a direct marketing company looks like. So they do a lot of different kind of work to connect with the customer. So you may know them as, as a Facebook ad. You may know them as a telemarketer. I don't know why. I get a lot of catalogs. Um, it could be catalogs. It could be something that's a direct mailer for you. I have a picture here of for Proactive, or it could be those coupons that you get in the mail. But the important thing in the offer that you get, no matter what platform is sent to you on, there has to be a proposition, okay? It has to be something about um, the terms of the sale. Maybe you're giving them a discount, maybe free delivery. Is there warranty information? Will you become a member? Is it a donation request? Does it cost money to become? So in the end, that offer piece has to have something in it that answers the question, what's in it for me as a customer to respond to this? Okay? Why? What is the offer? The offer, this message must make it easy for us to respond. It could be something like a quick click, a quick phone call, a text, and immediately we need to be acknowledged and thanked as a customer, and we need to know when our product will arrive. And they make it easy for us to respond by offering maybe a 1-800 number. Okay, then there's the fulfillment people, and they're the people in the back end that respond quickly to getting us that product that we ordered or the membership card or whatever it is, and takes care of the processing. Okay, so what are some primary direct selling that goes on here? Direct response communication. The best thing to do is personal sales. It's the most effective. It's the earliest thing that has ever been done. It's been around for a while because it's very effective. The catcher, the glitch here is it's expensive, okay? But salespeople are not only in stores, but they can be on phone calls now. We need to do a lot more of that now with our sheltering in place. And there's also things called home parties. So it could be something like Mary Kay or Tupperware or Pampered Chef. This is more like social networking sales. It's very effective. I don't know if you've ever been to one of these parties, but I've had them. And I'll give you an example. Here's a great example of how my niece had a Pampered Chef party. If you like to cook, I tell you, you need to tap into this resource. Pampered Chef has like high-end type products, but they usually have home parties where, you bring a lot of people around, there's sampling going on. Did I mention wine, drinking, and socializing? But in COVID-19 here, we couldn't do any of that. So my niece had a virtual party where she made the catalog available. She sent it out through Facebook, the invitation to all of her 500 friends, and gave a deadline, a week's worth of sales. The representative from Pampered Chef throughout that week was able to connect with anyone that received information. So offering contests, and if you buy a certain amount of product, you get a free product. So I got a free tortilla warmer. There was a lot of videos and recipe card sharing. So that's a pretty cool way that they really pivoted during this time when you typically with personal sales do it face to face. But this was a quick pivot for Pampered Chef. And I got my products. I like them all. Okay, direct mail. We all know what that looks like. We talked about that. It's anything you get in the mail. Unfortunately, it ends up in a lot of times in the recycling bin. But it allows businesses to conduct business between a firm and the customer without that middleman, such as the retailer. And these are some classic direct mail packages. Okay, letters, brochures, envelopes, things like that. But the response is typically 2 to 3%. It is expensive in terms of cost per impression. It's easier to calculate the actual payout rate, and direct mail is considered more accountable than other forms of marketing communication. Because when we start talking about marketing communication going forward, it's kind of hard to track down where you heard the message. Where did you see the message? You know, most people can't remember. And sometimes it's a buildup of seeing a message. But with direct mail, you can really, connect the dots back to where you actually found out about the product. And of course, there's a mailing list that you may be on, for example, that has, it's called a house list. And this is targeted customers for a company that they collect. This is a very valuable list, for example, and prospects that they send information out to. A response list is people or households who have responded to some type of direct response offer or promotion in the past. Maybe not for your product, but something in the past, which is probably why I get a lot of catalogs. And a compiled list is for a specific category, such as like sports car owners or new homeowners or graduating seniors, for instance. You're going to start getting something very specific to what you're looking for. Okay, issues and ethics related to direct response communication. We know there's a lot of paper that goes out. There's an environmental impact on, and a lot of us think it's junk mail, quite frankly. To be honest, I walk right from the mailbox to recycling, drop off what's junk mail, and move on. Catalogs, for example, this is, what catalogs are. You probably don't like looking at them. A lot of people like looking at them because, they like to circle things, or they like kind of that tactile connection. But they have evolved online, so you can look at a catalog online as well. There are specialty catalogs out there for certain niche markets, such as hobbies or business categories. The biggest catalog of all time was the Sears, Roebuck and Company catalog from way back when. This catalog was like, I don't want to say 3 inches thick, and it was like your wish book. And you'd get it, right before holiday season, and you'd circle things that you wanted from Santa, and then you'd hand them to your parents, and later find out that they are Santa. So it was a direct communication in that case as well. Okay, print media means anything from magazines, catalogs, newspapers, coupons, anything like that. Broadcast, cable, and digital media is anything like that you're going to find online. You're going to find videos. There are commercials that sell anything from health products to insurance and financial services. And there's a lot of do-it-yourself media now with Pinterest and Instagram. We know about telemarketing. There's call centers and robocalls and cold calls we get. And this can be a nuisance. So more about these phone calls that we're getting. Inbound calls are initiated by the customer, when you're at a call center, if you're calling in about something. Outbound calls originate from the firm. The message must be simple, compelling, and short, because we all know that these telephone calls can be intrusive, and most times we don't even answer them. So here's an example of a call center. Intrusion and fraud, there's things we can do now to get on a do not call registry for telemarketers, which is nice. And unfortunately, fraudulent behavior has tarnished the telemarketer's image. Internet direct response. Exciting advances are underway in mobile marketing and social media. Social selling, and as otherwise known as network marketing, utilizes the reach and persuasiveness of social media. So the network can grow exponentially as messages zing through cyberspace. So an example of this is Constant Contact, MailChimp. I don't know if you've used any of these, but they're a great way to connect with your customer. I've used these many a times when I was promoting things like fundraising and asking people for money and promoting events. But the problem also is that you might fall into spam. The email market has received criticism for generating unwanted mail. That's why the Federal Trade Commission has, gotten into something called permission marketing, giving us the opt out or opt in. Now, every company wants you to opt in, and they're able to collect your information and you become a qualified lead. Sometimes we do this to get a discount or to get a membership somewhere, or get on a mailing list, and then we're able to opt out. So the importance of a promotion. First of all, they're fun, they can be creative, they get our attention, they build brand relationships, they can add excitement to charitable causes and marketing events. Similar to direct response communications, but promotions engage customers and prospects on a more personal level, and they do encourage act now. So here's an example of a billboard as a promotional tool. We're all familiar with this if you're driving down any of the many highways around here. Gets our attention. First of all, it's funny, it's bright yellow. I don't know how well this promotion is done, but it certainly has set air around the clock air conditioning service apart from the others. So other kinds of promotions. Used in marketing-oriented programs to build a demand and stimulate immediate action. So again, I keep referring to our friends over at Popeyes that, they'll be back soon. Used public relations programs to create excitement and participation. An organization can increase the value of its brand by offering something special. So when we used to be able to go to the movies, many times if you go on a Tuesday, you promote, that's a special promotion because it's only $6. You might get a discount on other amenities at the theater. A sales promotion is basically an activity and a communication program that builds excitement in a market for a limited period of time. I'm going to repeat that. For a limited period of time to stimulate trial. They want us to try the product, increase the consumer demand, and improve product availability. So examples you may think about seasonally. So if fall is in the air, what do marketers usually think about? They think about things like promotions for Halloween, promotions for a spiced type of coffee drinks. Pumpkin spice is popular. Things like coupons or some promotion on the pack of a product. Multi-packs. These are all examples of a sales promotion. Here's another example too, here on the right, half price happy hour. For a limited time only. They don't do it all the time. Sometimes they do. But if you do it for a limited time, it increases the demand. There's an excitement that goes with it. That's what happy hour is all about. Coke is a great example of a company that does promotions every summer. This was last summer's promotion, but it was Unlock Summer with the Coca-Cola app, and they partnered with Google Play and the App Store to access all the exclusive summer surprises. You had to connect with their partners and download their app. So there were several things to win, to meet VIPs and to get free gifts and things like that. But this is not unusual. Coke always has some sort of a promotion that they are involved with every summer. Most of the big companies do. Here's another example of a sales promotion from Hillshire Farms. Planning this week's shopping list, receive a hashtag coupon for $2 off, and just by sending us a direct message, hashtag SnackTourney. So that is a way that they communicated with their customer on Twitter, but they wanted an immediate response by giving you $2 off. Sales promotions prompts actions by a consumer, by sales reps, by the trade, which is distributors, wholesalers, retailers, dealers. Sales promotions affect the demand by making the brand more attractive or interesting. So I think of a sales promotion around the Super Bowl on televisions. Flat screen TVs, always promoted in February or end of January, February, okay? Among other things around an event like the Super Bowl. Promotion delivers accountability. So when you have a promotion, you get quick results that are easy to measure. So you can look back and say, oh, we ran this promotion for 2 weeks. How much did we increase the sales of our drinks or the sales of our product? Consumers are less brand loyal and more willing to switch for a parity product sometimes if there's a promotion. Dominant retailers demand promotional support and incentives for shelf space. So, example is an end aisle display. So, a dominant retailer would be someone like a Walmart or a Publix, and they demand promotional support and incentives. If you're going to use an end aisle display for something, that means you have to incentivize them with a sale price, maybe some sort of giveaway, coupons, things like that. They're going to help move the product. Digital and other new novel media have also grown in this area of promotion, as we know. Okay, here's an example of what I mean by an end aisle display. So you have Pepsi here and all of their products. During the Super Bowl, they come in, they make end aisle displays, they make the store exciting. You come in, you'll buy, oh, I'm going to pick this product up. I'm having a Super Bowl party. I'm having a few friends over. Just gets everybody in a good mood, and it helps sell product, and it also makes the store look good. The functions of the promotion, the objective of advertising differs from sales promotion, okay? Over time, advertising is supposed to build a brand equity by establishing a consistent image or feeling about a brand. That's what advertising does. A sales promotion is different. It's more immediate. Remember, it's for a finite period of time. In return for taking an action, sales promotions offer consumers something tangible. So I have down here on the left a thing called a TSV, today's special value. That is from QVC, and every day they have a today's special value at a particular price for a limited time, and it might include special things. Not to say you couldn't buy it the next day, but you're not going to get the free shipping and the bundling of products at that price. On the right-hand side, I have something like, 30% off limited time. So we know there's a short period of time, and that's why we need to act immediately. Often this is used with new product launches to deliver trial. Okay, so if something's new, they're going to sell it maybe for a cheaper price, or you're going to get that discount. So they want to get it into your hands, into your mouth. They want you to try it out. And it makes you aware of the brand, it generates trial, and it persuades us to buy the product again. So maybe once you did buy the product, they offer you a coupon to buy it again. It can also push the product through the distribution channels by generating positive brand experiences among resellers and buyers. So if there's a positive reason why the consumer wants the product, it's going to pull it through the system. It's going to get pulled through the warehouse, the manufacturer, the retailer quicker. So this kind of promotion is designed to motivate action, as we've said. For the consumer, there's usually a discount, okay? For the trade, they might come in, the trade means retailer, okay? Um, the retailer might get free product, like buy 5 cases, get the 6th one free. We'll come in and set up an end aisle display and make your store look good. And then for the sales team, that works for the manufacturer, just say like the food broker, they get incentives and bonuses for how many end aisle displays they set up, how much product they promote through. So many campaigns use separate message strategies for the consumer and for the trade. Okay, obviously, we're going to get something different as a consumer than, say, the retailer or the salesperson. So more on consumer promotions are used for such things as membership appeals for nonprofit organizations. They're intended to provide an incentive so that when people go into a store, they look for a particular brand. So here's my example. For the ladies and gentlemen who like to go to Ulta for many different products, they have a 21 days of beauty promotion that they put out there. And each day during the 21 days is a special promotion for a particular brand or brands. So you know that you go in and you're going to get a Bare Minerals at a certain price, or you're going to get another brand that you like, It Cosmetics, or whatever it is that you like on that particular day. So it brings us in. I might go in the whole month. Who knows? A price deal is also considered a promotion, okay? It just means that there's a temporary price reduction. For instance, I'm talking about 4th of July. There may be sales going on. I think so. It's a 4th of July sale for a holiday. There may be giveaways to create excitement, right? And to drive the demand. They might give away, something extra. Buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one 50% off. So these things that are like that include things like the value pack I have here with Lysol, where they band products together. They might even have a little sample connected to another product. For instance, if you like Bacardi, you may, if they're promoting their banana Bacardi, they connected a small little like airplane bottle to it so that now I can taste it. I didn't have to spend any extra money. It created excitement. There might be cents off deals, like I said, discounts. There's other fun consumer promotions out there. There's refunds and rebates, premiums like here on the right-hand side, typically at Christmas time, holiday time. They're going to give away gift packs where you get, for the same price that you might get the product, they give you like something special. There's contests and sweepstakes and specialty advertising and swag that you get. So there's consumer promotions is a lot of fun, especially from our perspective as the consumer. Here's another example of a promotion. Old Navy created a human coupon, and they were able to connect with Facebook and promote this in a very unusual way to their fans. Okay, here's another promotion. Yay! So you may think, why does Coke need to come out with a promotion? Don't they sell enough product? Well, they do, but they always have to be in our minds because there's competition out there. There's a lot of competition on something that refreshes us and that we want to drink. So what does Coke do? They come out with this great idea of let's name our product and personalize it. Now you can go online and personalize a lot of things. M&M's does this, so this happens a lot. So let's talk about trade promotions. Remember, the trade is the people that are the buyers, the brokers, the distributors, the wholesalers, and others, okay? They're called the trade, and they're also called channel marketing. Maybe you've worked for some of these people, but they provide members with information about new products and selling points. So this is how it works. You have a manufacturer of the consumer packaged good or service. They go to the trade, which is the distributor, the wholesaler, the retailer, and they educate them about their product. The selling points, the pricing, the packaging, whatever it is that they need to, so that once that trade person has it on their shelf, they'll be able to answer some questions. So some of the ways that you promote for the trade is that you give them what is called a dealer kit. And it's, set up for things like end aisle displays. Sometimes there's contests available, trade incentives like deals, buy one, get one free, or buy so many cases and we'll give you, throw in a free case. They give you point of purchase promotions, otherwise known as POP, P-O-P. And the example of this is the Doritos Super Bowl display. There's also things called trade shows and exhibits. So a lot of these wholesalers and retailers go to trade shows where manufacturers are showing their wares, if you will, and it could be anything from, I've been to many trade shows, but I've been to the Fancy Food Show in New York, the Sweets and Snacks Show in Chicago. I've been to a variety of trade shows. There's a seafood show in Boston. So this is a chance for the manufacturer to talk to the trade, give them samples, give them deals for the year. Two primary roles for trade promotions. It stimulates that in-store merchandising or trade support. Merchandising is those end aisle displays, those promotional pieces that make us stop in the store and pick up something. It creates excitement among those selling the product. It's also used to increase or change wholesaler or retailer inventory levels. So obviously, if they have a lot of product, like let's just talk about something that people may have over-ordered during COVID-19, or they didn't order enough of something. So it can help change that inventory level and lessen it because maybe people weren't buying it during the COVID-19. Expand product distribution in new areas of the country or new markets and trade groups. So a promotion can get the product in front of a new audience, a new store, areas of the country, different regions, for sure. Okay, so there is a push and a pull demand. A pull strategy is creating or increasing customer demand so the product is pulled through channels. Okay, so that's what happens when, say, a drug company says, ask your doctor, or you're looking for a product and you've seen the ad on TV and they don't have it at the store. That's when you're pulling it through the channels. Push strategy convinces the channel members to carry the product and pushes its sales. That's when the manufacturer on the other end is saying, buy this product, there's a need for it. We just dropped a coupon in Sunday's paper or a promotion in Instagram. People are going to want this product. So there's common push strategy incentives. So what do they do for the trade? They give them premiums. They give them advertising allowances, display allowances, monetary bonuses to put the products in the stores. Trade promotions are also used to get the attention of the shopper, motivate trade members to cooperate with promotions and create that enthusiasm, for that 4th of July sale, for instance. And we talked about before, trade shows give the a wholesaler or retailer that product information that they might need to know about new products. Okay, so multi-platform promotions. Some promotions blur the lines between a promotion, advertising, and PR. Things like sponsorships, event marketing, loyalty programs, partnership promotion. So we're going to kind of look through all these. You know most of these. Once I show them to you, you'll say, oh, that's what that is. So here's an example of a promotion that the Avengers did with Geico. They did a movie tie-in. Okay, you get the audience from Geico and the audience for Avengers together. Obviously, they're the same audience or many of the same people from their market research. Okay, sponsorships. Companies support a sporting event, a concert, a charity. That's what I used to do a lot of. I used to sell sponsorships for events that I created, and the money would go back to a charitable fund. Actually, scholarships for students. It can be costly, but it generates excitement for both the consumer and the trade audiences. So I have, obviously, Pepsi has sponsored the halftime show at the Super Bowl many years in a row. Okay. Event marketing, marketers link a brand to an event. The event showcases the brand often with sampling, coupons, other incentives. I know Gatorade does this a lot with like the National Basketball Association. They have something here again with Pepsi and Mountain Dew and the Super Bowl. And the event must match the brand to the target market's lifestyle. That's important. Event marketing and special events, again, we're doing a lot here with the Super Bowl, connects a sponsor with attendees at things like concerts, art exhibits, and sporting events. I know we'll be getting back to these kinds of events. This is a tough spot people are in right now on the side of selling sponsorships. But I know many of you have been to several different kinds of events. And if you haven't noticed who the sponsor is, hopefully you'll do that now after taking this class and becoming a marketing major. It's important to be aware of what's going on around you. An increasingly important component of integrated marketing communication is event marketing, where you give out free samples, and you have hospitality tents, and there's signage, and there's logos on tickets or event ads. So I know when I went to an FAU football game, on the back of the ticket, they say, take this to the local Hooters or whoever it is and get, a discount. This happens a lot. It's a great way to form a partnership. Another partnership here is when this is actually a big deal. Cheez-It, owned by Kellogg's, was the first title sponsor for a college bowl. They had digital and social media content. They had in-stadium exposure, product sampling, on-site activation for the Fiesta Bowl. According to news releases, the brand also designed this logo for the game, and it appeared on a custom balloon that was in the Fiesta Bowl parade. So you see how it kind of takes over an event. Something like the Macy's Day Thanksgiving Parade. Here's another special event promotion for Spider-Man. Let's talk about loyalty programs. I love loyalty programs, but they need to be worth it. You need to be collecting your points to get something. Okay, these are also called continuity or frequency programs. They are effective and they lead to customer retention. So when thinking about going somewhere for coffee, if I have a loyalty card maybe and I'm going to get points at Starbucks, I'm more likely to go there. Frequent flyer, frequent buyer programs, they're very data driven, and it's great to collect that information and then push promotions. Chick-fil-A is huge at doing this, and it works. You can rack up points with Chick-fil-A and you feel like, hey, I'm getting a free sandwich, I'm getting a lemonade, I'm getting a peach milkshake. By the way, I just got that promotion pushed to me today. Peach milkshakes are out because it's peach season. Here's another one. If you haven't been to IKEA, I think it's near the Sawgrass Mall, I think it's called. But anyway, they have a family card and you get percentages off. They give you a free cup of coffee every time you come. You get all kinds of discounts. They have a special promotion on different items for that week that are just for IKEA family members, and it's free. That's the other thing. Making it free and easy to join. That's a plus. Direct response communication leads to strengthening customer relationship and ultimately increase brand loyalty. I think we can all agree after going through these slides. We have a few more left to go. Okay, more on loyalty programs. So this is important to know as a marketer. Lifetime customer value estimates how much purchase volume companies can expect from various markets. Okay, knowing a consumer's past behavior, you can decide what you want to spend to get them to purchase or repurchase. So that's where that 80-20 rule comes in that we started out with. And basically, 80% of your business comes from 20% of your customers. That's that very loyal base. Okay, you have to reward those people. It took a long time to make them a customer. It costs more money to go out and get new customers than to keep those customers happy. And you can also track your investment by measuring the response of those people. Okay, here's an example. Starbucks has a reward system. Maybe many of you have it, or other reward cards. Okay, partnership programs. That was also on our list. So co-marketing involves manufacturers developing marketing communication programs with their retail accounts. So otherwise known as a store within a store. Okay, so an example here would be Sephora in a JCPenney. Okay, I know that other stores, even over the holiday time, Target did a little promotion with the Disney store and had a store within a store. I also think another store did something with Toys R Us, bringing back that brand of Toys R Us without bringing the whole retailer back. Co-branding occurs when two companies come together to offer a product. I have the Doritos Locos Tacos here. That's Taco Bell, Doritos, for that delicious taco that they offer. Actually, I don't like Taco Bell, but my children do. Tie-in and cross promotions uses an association between complementary brands. Again, that can also be a tie-in or a cross promotion. I also have Vineyard Vines here, a very well-known brand. They did a promotion with Target last summer. So there's a lot of ways to create partnerships, co-branding, co-marketing, tie-ins that bring in different audiences together. And it's been very successful. Okay, here's another examples. David Bridal partners with Invisalign. Okay, it's a promotion. Okay, you want to look the best that you can on your wedding day, get your teeth fixed. Okay, so they give all kinds of things like one lucky bride-to-be will win a grand prize of free Invisalign treatment. 4 winners will receive $250 in American Express gift cards. So this is a great way to get Invisalign out there with David Bridal. It's a good complementary cross promotion. Here's another one on the left, Monopoly and Fortnite, taking that a different audience and connecting them with a very old game of Monopoly, a classic game. Integrated communication and promotion. We talk about the IMC plan, okay? Integrated marketing communication. Direct marketing was the first area of marketing communication to adopt an integrated marketing approach. And basically this means that you have to have a consistent brand voice no matter what platform you use. So integrating all the media you use with a similar brand consistency is a great idea, okay? Direct response communication programs seek precise use of the right media at the right time, and that way you can measure the dollars that you spent. Okay, let's talk a little bit about databases. Okay, databases are basically a massive list to keep track of customers as well as prospects. Okay, it's keeping information about a, um, a contact. And it also helps to predict their willingness to respond to other promotions. Organizations that keep track of response behavior are better able to personalize their messages. We know someone like that, Amazon. They personalize the message, oh, Eileen, you're back. And then they also promote things that I might like because of the characteristics of other purchases that I've made. Okay. Using behavioral targeting. Okay. Messages are designed based on what people have done in the past. As I mentioned, they target a behavior more than twice as effective as a general advertising and converting website visitors to buyers. Okay, that targeted message. Databases can be searched, compiled, merged, and purged so they create a really good list that matches your profile. I'm actually doing some consulting work right now where we're going to be buying a list because we need a specific age, region, income level that we're trying to hit. So that's where these databases and lists come in handy. Okay, so just to know what the process looks like. We collect information from someone, we enter that data in, we assess the data, and then we cluster the data into different groups of people, like maybe age groups or income or regions. There's data, apply the data, we share the data, and then we refine the data. Okay, so that there's a constant loop going. Refining means purging, cleaning it up. Okay, data mining is when we sift through all that information so we see patterns that are happening. Information includes profiles based on things like demographics, lifestyle, behavior. It's used for prospecting to find the most interested people, and it can also be used to spot trends and patterns in behavior. Okay, so we want to find out, what things kind of bubble to the surface when we're conducting even a survey, which you'll be doing. An example of a company that does database marketing is Catalina Coupons. So this isn't available here, but giant supermarkets in the Northeast spit out coupons of competitors. If you buy something like Lysol brand something, they might spit out a coupon for Febreze. So that, maybe you'll take a look at that brand for cheaper, but they've already seen a behavior. You purchase certain things, okay? Sometimes we get coupons from companies like CVS. If you're a loyalty brand member there, you see that they give you coupons for certain things that you purchase there or have purchased there or are likely to purchase. Here's what those coupons look like. They actually spew out right away, right then and there. Okay, issues and ethics. Okay, so there's always issues and ethics in marketing, but social media friends and associates can share information about you on all their online social networks. There's a lot of debate about this. Selling lists, things like that. Companies are increasing the amount of data they collect. And sometimes we're not even aware of that. So there's a thing called cookies, as you know, and it enables web browsers to be kind of monitored for online behavior, and you can accept those cookies or not. And the privacy paradox is that you can't do narrow targeting without collecting personal information. So I ask you the question in our last slide here for chapter 4. Are you a private person? Do you turn off your privacies and your locations? If not, your information is out there, and just to be aware of that. Next, we're going to be going on to chapter 5. In the meantime, I hope you've all connected with your groups, started thinking about the topics for your paper, start thinking about creating your survey. And remember that you need to, once you get that kind of underway, you need to schedule an appointment with me for a phone call. Basically, you get points for your paper, usually 5 points towards your paper for having this phone call as a group to answer any questions that you might have.